Something like this here is by far one of the most popular RVs out there in existence, and it's probably not for reasons that you would think. So let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here at Blue Compass RV today taking a look at this 2025 Heartland Prowler 3307 BH. You'll be able to see the floor plan layout and the specs on the screen. It's right at about 37.5 feet long, about, gosh, what was the weight on this one? Let's go look at the sticker on the side, but I have the weight right here as well for the dry weight. Fully loaded is all the way up to 11,360 pounds there, with a 2,920 pound cargo carrying capacity. And then the dry weight on this, where was it at? I think it was right at about 8,600 pounds. I'm pulling it up real quick. Yeah, 8,540. So like 8,600 pounds basically for the dry weight. Also has 80-gallon gray water tank, 40-gallon black water tank, and 41-gallon freshwater tank. And then real quick before we get into this, if you are interested in looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description of this video that will help you get started. Blue Compass RV has over 100 different stores across 33 different states, tons of different variety and options at all their stores. So you can find the store closest to you. This here is at the Dallas location, or just outside of Dallas in Mesquite. So that is where I'm here filming this. And then also real quick, if you haven't checked it out already, I have another YouTube channel called Firmly Unbound. I would love for you to go check that out. I have been living these principles of living firmly unbound that have completely transformed my life, and I desperately want the same for you watching. I just want you to live the absolute best life that you can, and I think I have figured out a few things through these principles of living firmly unbound that I'm excited to share, so you can go check that out. And I do have Firmly Unbound apparel there as well, so the link for that is down below in the comments and description if you want to check that out. Now, as we go through this, like I said, this is one of the most popular travel trailers, or just RVs in general, out there. In the kind of point I want to make with this right before, or as we step inside and kind of walk around the outside of this, is not the fact that I'm talking specifically about this RV here in general. We're going to walk through this Prowler model here, take a look at it, but this is going to be more of a broad topic of what a lot of people, I think, get the idea of online, is that the most popular RVs are a lot of times these most like expensive and elaborate RVs, but that's just not the case. They get the most views on social media. Everybody likes to watch these videos of the really big elaborate ones, which, speaking of big, this thing has 3 slide outs on the non-camp side. So definitely a big travel trailer. Huge outdoor kitchen space here, griddle cooktop, love the sink outside, great spot to wash off dishes, wash your hands, clean things outside without having to step foot inside the trailer and get things dirty. So I always love having that. Fully enclosed underbelly, pretty standard tires here with the standard leaf spring suspension, so nothing too crazy there. It does have Asdel composite sidewalls, so love that. That's more premium. Nice big awning with LED lights underneath it. You can see that there, and you can see the LED lights underneath here. But back to my point, we see these videos all over social media, and as we go through this RV, I would love your thoughts on this topic. We see all these different RVs on social media that get a lot of views, and it's almost always the very expensive stuff or like the absolute most dirt cheap options out there. It has been my experience in the 5-6 years that I've been making video tours of RVs that those are the 2 types of RVs that get the most views on social media, which I could see would make it seem like those are the most popular RVs out there, but that's just simply not the case. When it comes to actually selling RVs and what people come and spend their money on when they come to purchase an RV is much more like something like this here, which is just your pretty regular middle of the road RV. I understand why they don't get a whole lot of views on social media, because they're not like hyper exciting or anything like that. Although there are some kind of middle of the road RVs that have been very exciting over the last couple of years, like the Wildwood View series, for instance, with their like 44 View, the Wildwood 32 Veranda and stuff like that Wildwood and Salem have done. I mean, that brand there definitely took these middle of the line trailers and made them pretty dang cool. And then some other brands have had to kind of figure out how to make these middle of the line trailers a little bit more appealing as well. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of travel trailer and RV floor plans out there that just make sense for what people are looking for, that have been tried and true for a long time and don't necessarily always require change either, because they've always been the most popular, best-selling travel trailers and RVs out there when it actually comes to not just what people will watch online, but what people will come in and spend their money on. So price on this travel trailer here is $39,995, which is pretty dang good for, you know, almost a 38-foot long travel trailer. You can definitely get smaller travel trailers than this for more money than this. In fact, like a New Camp Teardrop Tab 400, which is a small, like 22 foot teardrop trailer, something like that. That is about as much as what this costs here. And this is, you know, over, it's like 15 feet longer. So, there's definitely higher end trailers out there that you can get that are much smaller, or, you know, this same size RV in a much higher end thing that might get more views on social media could be like $60,000-$70,000. Think something like a Brinkley or a Grand Design Reflection, things like that. But this here is what people most often buy because it just gets the job done. For people that just want to camp, or maybe even if you want to do some extended stay in something like this, have this on your property as like a little spot that people can sleep in when they visit. All kinds of different things. It just gets the job done. They use Dynaspan flooring in here, so it is a single sheet of subflooring underneath here that is 5/8 inches thick. So there's no seams or grooves in it anywhere, which is nice. It's just one consistent piece of subflooring underneath there that is all treated for water resistance. You have a spot for a TV here, so if you do want to put a TV on here, you could fit probably up to about a 50-inch screen TV on that wall. Yeah, do have to be mindful. The slide is going to come in right here, so if you are traveling with it, that slide is going to come in this way, and you got to make sure that TV's flat against the wall so that it doesn't hit that slide out. Or you can put the TV on the stand and move it when you put the RV in transport mode. That's another option. You have a fireplace here, so electric heat source. This is actually perfect for today. It is about 50 degrees outside and windy. I was dumb and did not bring a jacket, as you can see, and it's actually kind of cold out today, but I have the fireplace on with it putting out heat right now. It is probably about 10 degrees warmer here inside the RV than it is outside, just off of the fireplace alone. So that is what that's for. On like a 50-degree day, it will take the chill out of the air and makes it very comfortable in here without having to use any propane for your furnace. That is the whole point of a fireplace, and it's just great. So you have that in here. As far as furniture goes, definitely not like super premium on the furniture. This is just a simple jackknife sofa. Has storage space down underneath there. It's not a premium furniture line or anything like that. If you do want a little bit more premium furniture, you can find middle of the road RVs that might do a little bit more premium furniture. But pretty standard here. Obviously, when you're sitting down here, you are kind of looking at an angle at the TV in this floor plan. Now, if this floor plan isn't for you, there's so many different models from Prowler or other kind of middle of the road RV brands that will have different floor plan arrangements to better fit your liking if this doesn't work for you. You have USB and USB Type-C ports right here. U-shaped dinette table. I did have some requests for like someone to show sitting in the U-shaped dinette area. Now, I don't know that I necessarily have to sit down underneath here. I guess I can just for the sake of showing this if no one's seen it before or someone hasn't seen it before. It is important to note that on these U-shaped dinettes, they look like, you know, they have more seating space, but that's not necessarily true. I'm trying to get the get the tripod set up here. There we go. It's not necessarily always true because, as you'll see here, when I actually go to sit down in this space, like even just to get my foot around this leg post right here, like my legs take up most of the leg room. If someone was sitting right here, there's not really any room for them to put their legs unless they're gonna like kind of cross them around mine, and then you're getting very limited with what's left after that. So just because it looks like you can sit 4 or 5 people here doesn't always mean you have the leg room for it. But if you have little kids, then it might not matter as much because their legs might not even reach the floor anyways. So all things to be considered there. But nonetheless, U-shaped dinette table drops into a bed, gives you about an over 6 foot long bed there potentially if you need additional sleeping space. Open access to storage here underneath this booth dinette. And then you have a little bit of storage space right here. You can see some shelving there and a little bit there as well. Come back around to the kitchen. And as we come into the kitchen, another a little bit more premium thing that this travel trailer does have is solid surface countertop. So this is going to be like a ceramic material there. You have some shelving here. Let's see if there's any storage over here. Oh, there was. Nice. This is a good little additional spot for storage as well. I kind of wish this door opened the opposite way though, because I like this to be easily accessible from outside the door here. So like if you're just trying to get something quick from outside without stepping through the trailer, you could just open that and get into it. Still could, but it just doesn't quite open the preferred way for that. Decent amount of countertop space. You have a 3-burner gas stove. It's actually a nice big 3-burner gas stove there. Pretty standard RV size oven. And then you have 3 drawers here. It's a pretty standard drawer construction. Now they do give it a little bit more decorative look in here, which I do appreciate. However, a couple things to note here. This is just a wrapped material on here. So this is basically like a pressed wood with a wrapped decorative design on here. This can potentially crack and peel over time. Also, the base of this is pretty flimsy, so you just got to be mindful of like weight in here. It would almost be nice to just have like a supportive plywood board underneath here to give that drawer a little bit more strength, because I have seen some complaints with people saying they're just like unimpressed with the strength of the drawers in, you know, kind of shelves on the cabinets and stuff like that at times with RV brands that would fall into this category. So those are some kind of workarounds to help with that. Storage space up here. And like for instance, so like a brand that's a little bit more premium, like the Alliance Delta travel trailer, which I would probably put, you know, in a step up from this. It certainly is a bit more spendy than what this is. They do some of those differences where they do have a piece of plywood down underneath their drawers to give their drawers more strength there. So you see some of those differences when you step up in price. And then this is where I kind of want the discussion to go. It's like, are these little additional add-ons worth the extra price that you pay? Where like this size travel trailer in a Delta is probably over $50,000. It might even be approaching $60,000, and it has these little added conveniences. But what I found is that either one, people aren't willing to pay the extra amount of money for those added conveniences, or two, they might just be uninformed of like all the additional things that come at a higher price point and not even be aware of what they might be missing out on if they would be willing to spend a little bit more money. So kind of where I'm looking for you guys to kind of add into the discussion and share your thoughts. 12-volt refrigerator and freezer. Pretty standard there. You have your AC up in here, and it is ducted through the travel trailer. It's a Coleman Mach AC. It does spit air out through here, but it is also dual ducted through this travel trailer as well. So you have ducting here and down there. Going back into the bathroom, you have a corner radius shower. Pretty good height in there, height for up to about 6'4" into that skylight. And then you have liquefied right here. This is a black tank treatment. They also have tank and sensor cleaners here. You can find all your liquefied products to keep all of your water tanks fresh and decomposing properly, draining properly on Amazon. Also should be coming to Blue Compass RV shelves soon as well if they haven't already. So check out liquefied on Amazon for your tank treatments for your RV. You have plastic foot flush toilet, so a little bit more of a, you know, kind of standard RV practice, not like the most premium toilet. Storage space down underneath here. Plastic sink, not super big on the sink size. And then a medicine cabinet. You also have a vent here and no fan in that vent. And a tankless on-demand water heater. But overall, pretty small bathroom in this travel trailer. Definitely not super large on the bathroom size, which I think is fine. This is a camper where, although it's huge, I think most people are still looking at something like this for a camping experience, not necessarily like a living in full time or even extended camping experience. I still would think that most people are buying a camper like this to go do weekend camping trips. But again, you can let me know. Some people I have seen live in stuff like this as well. You have this bunk up here. This supports up to 300 pounds. You can see the mattress size here. Not super thick, but it is a little bit more firm. So I do appreciate that. You have your window there, your lights in here, and then AC is ducted back into this space. Then you have a bunk here with a 200-pound capacity. That one is a little bit thinner, so definitely designed for like a smaller child. And then you have your bed here, and this bed, or sorry, your couch here, and then this couch is another jackknife sofa, storage underneath there, and will lay down flat like so. And these beds here are usually right at about 5'10" in length or so, somewhere right around that area. This bunk here might be a little bit longer. See, and this is where even I get a little bit nervous. Like, I don't know that I want to climb up these shelves to get up there. I just don't want to risk breaking something. If I can get the camera set up here on the bunk, then I can get up here more properly. I would only have to climb, I suppose, if I tried to do this with one hand. But if I have two hands, I can do this without having to mess anything up. So let's get this tripod set up. And you know what? I'm actually going to flip this camera around, make this easier for myself. There we go. Try to do this without knocking the camera over. So, like, and this is just like a real world test, you know. It actually feels a little bit more solid than I was thinking. Yeah, that feels pretty solid, actually. Always be mindful with your kids if they want to, like, try to get on a bunk at an RV show or when you come look at RVs. Like, make sure they don't just recklessly climb up on stuff, because stuff can break pretty easy. Oh, actually, pretty good. Oh, I really like the firmness of this mattress. This actually is really comfortable. I could sleep on this no problem without even having to upgrade this. But yeah, this has got to be right at about 6'2" in length, maybe 6'3". So pretty good. I would definitely fit and be able to sleep there. And it's plenty wide for, you know, a more grown adult. Top down here. Does not come with a ladder that I'm seeing anywhere. So that's that. Check out Firmly Unbound on YouTube if you haven't already. And you can get Firmly Unbound apparel at firmlyunbound.com. As we go back this way, up to the front, this travel trailer keeps getting better as the bedroom in here is pretty phenomenal. Has an east to west facing king size bed. And then you also have washer and dryer connections in here. So again, kind of more designed for like an extended travel kind of potential in the camper. But I don't know if people like see this as that kind of brand that they would want for that. I don't know. I'm really just trying to gauge where you guys are at as an audience of like what you kind of see for your camping needs and stuff along those lines. You have your clothing rod here, lots of, you know, floor space here in the closet. And then this door will close like so. Again, king size bed, and underneath the bed, you have storage space underneath here, strut assisted for that bed there. And then it does have the corners cut there so you don't hit your knees or anything on those corners. Very plain mattress, nothing special about that. And then you have two little bedside tables, lights for each individual, and then some storage space up above the bed up here. Second AC is here in the bedroom. This is going to be just for the bedroom area in here, so it'll dump air into this space. You can put a TV up on the wall. You also have a little stand you can put a small TV on, and then you have some small additional storage space right here. And that's pretty much everything. There is outlets on both sides of the bed. No carpet in the slide outs. No carpet in the slide out here either. And that's pretty much everything on the inside. So very curious your thoughts. I'm sure you already commented something on this travel trailer already, hopefully. But if you haven't, let me know what you think down below about, you know, the idea of this being like, you know, what most people actually seek after to buy. And if you would see yourself maybe wanting something less expensive than this, maybe you would see yourself wanting something more expensive than this, or maybe something like this is right in the price range that you would want. I think this is definitely, it's like the cross between, you see an entry-level travel trailer and you just are so displeased with the quality and just can't believe how low the quality is. But then you go up to like the high-end, super high-price stuff and you're like, wow, this is just over the top and has way more than I need. This is like right in that sweet spot where it gives you all the things that are like nice construction components, like the Asdel sidewalls and a single piece marine grade subflooring underneath here and pretty, you know, solid surface countertops. And then that's it, you know, everything else is pretty simple. You have tankless on-demand water heater and everything else is just very standard. And it just, I don't know, it's just like that middle of the road. And it's weird to figure out where this sits because it's just not that exciting, but it's what everybody buys. So I'm just curious what you guys think about, you know, if this is something you would want or if you'd want more or less than what something like this has to offer. As we come outside and wrap up this video, you have a screen door here on the entry door. You have the solid steps going in and out of the travel trailer. Electric stabilizers on here, so electric stabilizers up front and in the back. Pretty standard wheel and suspension, just a leaf spring suspension here, and this is a Trailer King tire. And then you have a fully enclosed underbelly, has outdoor speakers here. Those look like they're going to be pretty generic outdoor speakers. You might be better off with just like bringing your own sound bar, like JBL speaker or something like that. You can get up onto the roof if you have a Lippert retractable ladder, or if you purchase a Lippert retractable ladder. Spare tire along the back, 3 slide outs over here. So just a huge amount of slide outs. It looks like they're prepped as well with the brackets to add slide toppers on there. It just doesn't have the slide toppers installed. 50 amp power cord connection, black tank flush valve, and your city water connections there. You can see your drain valves right here. Everything for the entire trailer comes to this one spot for all of your water tanks, which is great. Oh, sorry, I lied. Dang, I lied. You know what? And I should have known that because the washer and dryer connection. So this looks like it's probably a gray tank for the washer dryer and the sink up here. Nope, I was still wrong. That's probably a gray tank for the sink. That's probably black and gray tank for the bathroom right there. And then, wow, I was way off, y'all. I was so far off, it's not even funny. Storage under the bed real quick. Get away from the generator here. And then you have the gray tank dump valve here for the washer dryer. So you actually have 3 different dump valves depending on if you use all those water tanks. Also have 30-pound propane bottles up front. That's a little bit more premium, getting you a bigger propane supply. So I would say this is like the budget-friendly option of something to live in potentially, or to do some good extended camping in, having the 30-pound propane bottles, washer dryer connections, stuff like that. And it's still not gonna really break the bank compared to other options out there. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm super curious your thoughts on this one, y'all. So let me know what you think. That's all I got for you. If you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description to get you started. And until next time, live firmly unbound.